p.m. August 13, 2024. We are here in the Senate chamber of the Honorable Jesus B. Mafnes Memorial Building. It is the first day, fourth regular session, and I call this session to order. At this time, can I get everyone to please rise for a moment of silence? All right, good afternoon, everyone. At this time, I recognize the clerk to take roll.
Chairman Manglonia Donald,
Present.
Senator Manglonia Poe, Senator Mendiola,
Here.
Representative Fogo.
Here.
Mr. Chairman, all four members are present.
Thank you, clerk. With all four members present, we have the quorum to proceed with today's session. And just to acknowledge and recognize the staff assisting the delegation, we have our legal counsel present, Joe Bermudez, our delegation clerk, Francis Joan Kaipat. We also have Ms. Baby Hokog, our LA, Devin Macaranis, Sergeant at Arms, Ben Terlahi. We have our IT personnel, Jonathan Diaz and Del Camacho, as well as assisting the committee, we have LJ Castro. And also like to recognize the presence of the Honorable Mayor, Aubrey Hokog, joining us today. At this time, I open the floor for public comments. And I now recognize the Mayor.
Thank you, Chairman Senator Manglonia. Good afternoon. I am here in support of House Local Bill 23-58, as well as 23-57. 23-57 provides support, financial support to Department of Public Works. Department of Public Works is the most needed department for the municipality of Rota that provides assistance to not only the other departments, but to the community, and any support that can be, shared or sent their way would be greatly appreciated. So I applaud and thank the delegation for recognizing that and providing any assistance to their cause. I also am in full support of House Local Bill number 23-58. Again, I want to thank the partnership of the delegation to provide support identified, listed in the House Local Bill to provide support to my office. We have many projects that we are pursuing. Locally, right now, we're addressing the bus stop. We have received some financial support from the Saipan Chamber of Commerce, as well as some donations from the business community, but it's still not enough. And we have plans to complete this project only to protect our children as they utilize the bus stops to be transported to and from school. Also, we are also in need of supporting the departments that do not have revolving funds. Of course, their daily needs of operational supplies, fuel, all these things. So the funding that will be given to my office will help those departments. I also am in full support of our medical subsistence allowance, as well as the many projects and support that the delegation provides to the various school organizations, departments, through your respective offices, as well as the students identified here for that Western Pacific Maritime Academy. I know that is a great cause to help promote our students' venture into professional careers that would greatly benefit not only themselves, but also contribute to our community. And of course, the municipal council. They also provide a service to our community, and your support will be greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Floor is still open. If there's no one else, we will close the public comment portion on the agenda. We now move down to adoption of the journal, and I recognize the floor leader.
Thank you, Chairman Manglonia. At this time, I'd offer a motion to accept Rota Legislative Delegation number 2308, first day, first special session, dated 6/4/24. So move.
Sorry, was it seconded? All right, there was a motion made for the adoption of RLD RLD Journal number 2308 and has been seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries. We now move on to item D, introduction of local resolutions. There's none. Item E, messages from the governor. I recognize the clerk.
Mr. Chairman, we have three. We have Governor's Communication number 2310 to 2312.
Thank you, clerk. Any comments from the members? Recognize Senator Mendiola.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The governor's communication number 2311, just wanted to, that's pretty much the Senate local bill number 2304, which authorizes the issuance of Rota identification. And I just wanted to give some feedback that some constituents were actually praising this effort as it allows them to actually avail to medical here in Saipan. So I just wanted to make sure that's on the record. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Florida. Recognize Rep. Ogle.
Thank you, Chairman. So I just want to say to our Honorable Governor Arnold Palacios, on behalf of the people and leadership of Rota, I want to extend our deepest gratitude to you for signing House Local Bill 23-50 D1, Senate Local Bill 23-04, and House Local Bill 23-41 into local law. Your continued commitment to the well-being and progress of our island is deeply appreciated. These laws are critical for the betterment of our community, and your support in making them a reality and demonstrates your dedication to the interests of Rota's residents. Thank you once again for your leadership and unwavering support.
Thank you, Rep. Ogle. Any other members? And just a brief comment since the mayor's here. I know some of these funds are meant to cover for some of the additional expenses that will be incurred by the renovation of the guest houses. And so, Mayor, at your earliest, if there's any shortfall in some of the funding for these projects, please let us know so that we can try to address them. Thank you. Messages from the Mayor of Rota, we have none. From the Municipal Council, we have none. From the departments, heads of departments and agencies, we have none. And under House Communication, I recognize the clerk.
Mr. Chairman, we have two, House Communication 2330 and 2331.
Thank you, clerk. At this time, I recognize the floor leader.
Thank you, Thank you, Chairman Manglonia. At this time, I'd like to move into bill calendar or offer a motion to move into bill calendar, House Communication 2330, House Local Bill 2357, to reappropriate funds balance under previous Rota Local Law 20-8. The breakdown are as follow: 131 or $131, 1,026, 307, and 509. This, which tallies up to roughly about 1,009. So move.
Second.
All right, motion was made and seconded. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Recognize floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I also like to offer or to move into bill calendar, House Communication 2331, House Local Bill number 2358 to appropriate the 72,000 of Rota poker license fee account. So move.
All right, motion was made. Can I get a second? All right, and it was seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries. We now move on to Senate Communications. Recognize the clerk.
Mr. Chairman, we have three, Senate Communications number 2332, 2333, and 2334.
Thank you, clerk. Any comments from the members? None. We move on to delegation matters, and I recognize the clerk.
Mr. Chairman, we have eight delegation matters number 2347 through 2354.
Thank you, clerk. Any comments from the members? None. We moved on to item L, and at this time, I recognize the floor leader for the proper motion.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'd like to offer a motion to suspend permanent rules to accept 4 miscellaneous communication recently submitted dealing with medical. So move.
Second.
All right, motion was made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All
Aye.
opposed, say nay. Motion carries. With that, we number these communications, miscellaneous communication 23-13 through 23-16. Any comments from the members? Sorry, the motion was to suspend the rules. So at this time, can I get a motion to accept these communications?
So moved, Mr. Chair.
All right, can I get a second? Thank you, members. In accepting these communications, this will approve the individuals to be considered under the medical assistance allowance programs. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Reports of committees, we have none. Unfinished business, we have none. Resolution calendar. Short recess. We now rise back from recess. We have none under resolution calendar, and under bill calendar, I recognize the floor leader. Short recess. We now rise back from recess, and at this time, I recognize the floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Under bill calendar, I'd like to offer a motion to pass House Local Bill number 2358 to appropriate 72,000 of the Rota poker license fee. So move.
A motion was made. Can I get a second?
Second.
And it was seconded. Discussion from the members. I recognize Rep. Ogle.
Thank you, Chairman. At this point, I want to offer a motion to introduce a substitute bill for House Local Bill number 23-58. Thank you.
All right, there was a motion made and was seconded to substitute House Local Bill 2358. Any comments from the members? If not, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Back to the main motion on House Local Bill 2358 as substituted. Any comments from the members? If there's none, can I recognize the clerk?
Senator Mangona Poe,
Yes.
Senator Mendiola,
Yes.
Representative Fogo. Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, all 4 members voted yes.
Thank you, clerk. With all 4 members voting yes, House Local Bill 2358 S1 is hereby passes. I recognize the floor leader for the next bill.
Thank you, Chairman Manglonia. At this time, I'd like to offer a motion to pass House Local Bill number 2357 to reappropriate the fund balance under Rota Local Law 2308 as follow: $131, 1,026, 307, 509 under various business units. So move.
Thank you, floor leader. There was a motion made and was seconded. Any discussion from the members? At this time, I recognize the clerk.
Senator Manglonia Poe,
Yes.
Senator Mendiola,
Yes.
Representative Fogo. Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, all 4 members voted yes.
Thank you, clerk. With all 4 members voting yes, House Local Bill 2357 hereby passes. We now move down to miscellaneous business. Members, sometime today we should be getting the resolution or the budget from the Rota Municipal Council for the allocation of the funds that were received by the Rota Casino Gaming Commission in the amount of 150,000. And so as soon as we get the copy of that, we'll share it with Rep. Ogle for the proper process in terms of introducing it in the House so that we can act on it. And we'll try to, as soon as the House schedules a session and that gets transmitted, I'll schedule a session right away so that we can get that money out. Any other Comments from the members? Recognize floor leader.
Thank you, Chairman Manglonia. Under miscellaneous, I just wanted to ask the team, the delegation members, something to consider, and this is not for today, but something to consider for future action, for the delegation to offer maybe a resolution renaming the MVA building under Tomas Calvo, something that I'd like the team to kind of consider and look at the pros and cons on that matter. And if anything, I'd like to ask for the delegation to offer that as a delegation resolution. That's it, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Mendiola. Anything else from the members? Recognize Senator Paul.
I just want to comment a little bit on our meeting yesterday with our mayor. Mayor provided us with 4 pages of various capital improvement projects, renovation work for the First Senator District. As a result of the meeting yesterday, I'm happy to report what came out about yesterday from our meeting, and that is that the Office of Public Assistance, Mr. Patrick Guerrero, have agreed to assist us in getting someone technical that on a almost daily basis can follow up on all these projects that are pending, and that we have also tried to ask for time extension because of various issues and concerns being raised. And so in order for people to realize these projects, I think that that's an essential component in moving this project forward, getting somebody technical. And so we hope that we can follow that up in the next week or so that we can get somebody here on Saipan working over the various projects so that we can move this forward. And sometimes it's just a matter of, minor changes in the plan. Just like, for example, with the Dugi water line. It was going to take 3 to 4 years to do that, and because we said, why don't we phase it out and do just the pipeline to the entrance of the village, and later on we'll worry about the homestead. They were able now to move on. So I'm just saying it's something that might just require a little bit of changing the scope, might go a long way. So I am optimistic that with this new CIP person helping the mayor here on Saipan, collaborating with the delegation, that we can accomplish a lot of these projects here on this list. It seems like we have, we could do a lot more, but because of that concern, we are falling behind. So I want to point that out. Another one is, I guess we're all aware that the Rota Resort golf course that was abandoned by the former owner is now out in the paper, being advertised, DPL soliciting requests for proposal. So it's our role now to advertise, announce that, and make sure the word gets out so that we can find a partner that is serious about taking this beautiful scenic golf course and restoring it back to the way it was when it first opened. And so we need to find a good partner. I know that one of the concern was that that the time frame is only for 30 days. I'm somewhat concerned also. So that's something that, depending on how many proposals come in, we might need to talk with DPL. And of course, with the renovation or the reopening of the golf course, we will see job creation and opportunities for our people. And so that's a kind of exciting, and of course it will translate to better air service as more tourists come in. Finally, the other thing I just want to mention here, for the benefit of the members and the mayor, I guess some of us attended the update meeting with the military officials here on the island. This is like a quarterly update, and um, I had the opportunity to meet with Mr. Steve Chong, who is the head of the Office of Local Defense Community Cooperation. I know he mentioned he met with our mayor, and so it's exciting times because next month they're going to be sending a team of technical people here, engineers, people that will assist Rota and the other municipality in identifying grants or opportunities out there, making sure we don't miss deadline, and making sure we have all the necessary backup and documentation, technical documentation and all that. And they're going to be working with all the senator district because after all, we're all invested in the defense build up. So that's the role of this office. So uh, if we get this CIP guy, he could also be our lead person with the mayor and the delegation. So let's toss this around among ourselves and let's get the best person or the best arrangement with an engineering company or something so that we are always on top of our projects. And thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator Paul. Recognize Florida.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just got two more things. I'm sorry, this just kind of came about, but something that is, I think the delegation needs to address directly and heavily is the revocation of the homestead in Rota. I think the delegation can really get intervene, and if I'm not mistaken, the Vice Rep Ogo here might be working on a legislation that will address some of these issues that DPO is issuing as far as revoking some of these homestead, and I think it's unfair due to just the hardship that the people in Rota are facing. I don't think we should just go right into revoking and maybe do a little bit more of an analysis and figure out. I mean, if somebody abandons the homestead and left the island, maybe that's an abandonment. That's ground for abandonment. But some people that are actually living in Rota are not working. They don't have the means to continue cleaning some of these homesteads. Some of the people that are actually in the military. I think we need to just address this as a delegation and define some of these matters for grounds for revocation. And I think it should be fair, a little bit more fair and scrutinized rather than just revoking anybody that's not that hasn't cleaned his property. And mind you, everybody's aware that there's no infrastructure is a little bit challenging in Rota because we don't have the quarry or blocks or even to clear out property, sometimes to coordinate with DPW to just kind of clean out the area with their heavy equipment is kind of challenging. I think the people in Rota are just facing just tremendous amount of strain in financial. Hours are reduced, fuel is rising, and to just go into revoking their only asset. Some of them, this is the only asset they have that they can use, and for them to for their family to succeed. So I think the delegation needs to address this. I'm going to put it on the floor and see Rep Ogo can probably deliberate more on this.
Thank you,
Thank you, Mr.
Florida. Recognize the Vice Chair.
Thank you, Chairman, and thank you, Floor Leader, for bringing that subject up. And I did wrote a letter to the DPL Secretary Santos on August 1st. To date, I have not received any response on the letter, but in line with Senator Dennis's, reasoning, and that we should give this homesteaders a fair, to represent themselves to address or appeal this revocation letter. But I think that we should, as a delegation and leaders of the Rota, we have to be mindful that we just got out of the COVID-19 pandemic, and with the financial hardship, with austerity, ongoing, possibly up to next year. We don't know when. So, I'm still waiting for the Secretary of DPL to respond, and from there we'll look into how we can address this issue. Thank you.
Thank you, Rep. We'll recognize Senator Paul.
Yeah, I just want to mention that in the public hearing last August 7, before your committee, Mr. Chairman, with Department of Public Land, I did raise this concern, and as a result, I asked our Senate Legal Counsel, Antoinette Villagomez, to look at the law that was passed 2 years ago, sponsored by Senator Francisco Cruz, and see why is it that some of these applicants are not included. So Antoinette, if I'm not mistaken, is working on that, and that's something we will be sharing with the members. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, and just to piggyback on some of the statements that were made, while we wait on our legal counsel to get back on us on that, I think that was a legislation that kind of reduces the period for when these permits can be issued. And so one of the concerns that was brought up over the weekend was that even those that were assigned the Doogie property were also getting letters, but this is not something that we could penalize them for when there's no infrastructure to the Doogie homestead lot. And so I'm waiting on clarity from the DPL Rota office to see if that is the case, and that we can schedule a meeting as a delegation with the DPL to address some of the concerns that are being shared with the members. But prior to that meeting, once we get the opinion from the council, then that's something that we can share at the meeting with the DPL. Senator Paul also brought up the CJMT update. I know one of the things that we're going to try to do is try to get our businesses, I don't know what's the right term, get them to apply for a SAMS number or something along the lines of having a SAMS number so that they can bid out, they can submit their bid for some of these projects. I know some of the concerns that were brought up by the Senate President and by our Congressman Kilili was that a lot of the contracts are not being provided or being shared with our local businesses. And so one of the issues is just trying to get them all registered and to get a SAMS number so that they can be enrolled in the federal system, where they can also bid for the projects and even to work with these larger contractors so that they can be subcontractors. And so Mayor, if there's anything that we can do to assist in trying to get them registered and try to get them involved with all these projects are forthcoming, then please let us know how we can assist. Senator Paul also mentioned something along the lines of air services. I know this has been a concern for our people, that with the news of Star Marianas suspending their services by October 15, and the governor coming out in the paper mentioning some of the conversations that he's had with CPA and Star, as well as prospective business investors wanting to come in. I have been working with several people to ensure that is not the case in terms of any suspension of air services, whether it be through other air carriers. We're even looking as closely as next month and trying to see if we can get additional flight services into Rota and Tinian. And so those are being worked on. I don't want to share too much in order to kind of allow for the process to work out between the company and the involved government agencies. And so that is, once all applications have been submitted, then that's, I'll give the opportunity to that company to share that news. And so those are being addressed right now. We just don't want to affect the process. And so once we get confirmation that this is something that will come to fruition, then we'll pass that message along to the individuals. Oh, another thing that we also came across through one of our hearings is that any veterans who are classified as 30% or more disabled under the veterans veterans policy. I don't know how you would call it, but anyone from Rota or Tinian that are wanting to come to Saipan for medical, whether it be eye exam or dental or checkups, they can check with the Veterans Affairs office, and their flights will be fully covered by a grant that was meant to assist the veterans. So anyone with that are classified as a 30% disabled and above, please feel free to reach out to the Veterans Affairs. Sorry, Mayor, do we have a representative on Rota? Who? Oh, please check with Miss April Igisayer at the Rota Mayor's office, and she'll assist you in trying to get those services out. I know there was very limited, very few that have taken the advantage of this opportunity, and so I hope that with this announcement, more will make use of that service. Recognize Senator.
Yeah, I just want to add on to that. The information that they gave us there is they're planning an industry day plan. So I guess the mayor is aware of that. They were planning it for late this month, but I think after all the commotion raised, they might have move it a little bit back because a lot of people were concerned that the opportunities for local businesses and to participate is not really being explained clearly out there. And so at this event, Industry Day event, it's a one-day in-person event, and they're going to have virtual participation available. So I guess the participants will be NMC, small business development, cinema contractor, cinema labor, but we can also include chamber of commerce here. So we just have to reach out. No, Mayor, so I know that our mayor is reaching out, but this is the opportunity to discuss any of the concerns. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Senator Paul. Senator, if there's nothing else under miscellaneous, I'll move down to announcements, and I know we have some announcements, and so I recognize Senator Mendiola.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Also, just wanted to announce that I'll be off island in the next following week for Labor Day tournament. Along that, I just wanted, there's a team that's coming to Saipan for Labor Day, so something our delegation also there. I know that Mr. Arvin Ogo is reaching out for assistance, and I know that the chairman and members are working on that. So I just wanted to make sure we announce that. But Mr. Chairman, just allow me some time. I'll be gone for at least 5 days. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Senator Mendiola. And I know it was briefly shared. Maybe we can work on a resolution. I know Senator Mendiola brought it up, and so since he's going to go out, if there's any other members going out, maybe that's something that we can present. Seeing as how Rota took championship last year, and they're putting our name out there and sharing, and so we'll try to get something ready. Additionally, Senator Mendiola, since you brought up the naming of the MVA building, if I can delegate you to get the background information so that we can you can put that together and we can further discuss that. Any other announcements? If there's none, we now move down to the next item on the agenda, and I recognize the floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. At this time, I offer a motion to adjourn today's session, subject to the call of the chair. So move.
All right, and there was a motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, say nay. This session is hereby adjourned at 2:25 p.m.